Om. Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Yo Vantah Pravishya Mama Vacham Imam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatya Shakti Dharasvadhamna Anyanshcha Hasta Charana Shravanatvagaadin Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Samacharana Sarojam Sandra Neelambudabham Jaghana Nihita Panim Mandanam Mandananam Taruna Tulasi Malam Kandharam Kanjanetram Sadaya Dhavalahasam Vitthalam Chintayami Vitthalam Chintayami. Okay, we start from chapter 11, OV 591. Chapter 11, from OV 591, I shall start. So OV 591. When iron is buried deep underground, the earth eats it and it is thus wasted. Similarly, our speech becomes useless if it does not utter the name of God. 592. The man who simply takes the name of Ram, instead of going through the actions of adopting a proper posture and meditation, etc., experiences that the sins of crores of his past births are wiped out, and that speech is really the best one. 593. He who repeats the name of Ram continuously and regularly should be considered equal to me as God, and he should be considered as having performed all the steps of yoga, and he is the best of all the best man. 594. One who takes the name of Ram untiringly may belong to any of the four classes. He is liked by me so much that there is nobody dearer to me than this man. 595. He who does not like the name of Ram should be considered as suffering from the disease of mouth, which is in the form of sin, and has missed his own welfare and has become his own enemy. 596. The mouth which does not take the name of Ram is like a leather pot, and the tongue is nothing but a piece of skin, which is coated again and again by the layers of untruth. 597. Or the speech which is deprived of the name of Hari should be considered as having leprosy, and through it the pus of lie is oozing and the dirty color odor of blaming others spreads from it. 598. In such a speech, the worms of irreligious nature thrive and they are hideously wriggling. 599. The man who confronts such a speech turns away disgusted and puts his handkerchief to his nose, utters the name of Hara Hara for protecting himself. All persons, young or old, spit on it. 600. The bad smell of that speech is not bearable, even to me. This is a sign of dirty mind of that man, and it brings in various kinds of miseries. 601. Such a speech is the essence of all miseries and sorrows, and being opposed to the sacred name, it is hell and only hell. 602. It does not matter whether the speech is capable of reciting Vedas without fault, but if it hates the name, hates the Nama Sankirtana, then it is the greatest sin, and he is the sinner who talks like that. He is the cause of the great suffering to the earth. 603. Eknath says, now Sri Krishna is going to tell how the speech becomes pure by singing the name of God in Kirtana.
यस्यान्वये पावनमङ्गकर्म स्थित्युद्भवः प्राणनिरोधमस्य लीलावतारेप्सितजन्म वा स्यात् वन्ध्याङ्गिरन्तां विधृयान्न धीरः.
Meaning of the verse: a wise man should not have such a fruitless speech, which does not glorify, O dear Uddhava, my sacred activity, which causes the beginning, the continuation, and dissolution of this universe, and does not describe my advent, which is so dear to the world, among my avatars, taken as a form of sport. 604. My names, my adventures, and the fame of my virtues are really purifying the world, and they destroy the great sins. The ignorant souls are also liberated by remembering the name of Hari. 605. You may say, you have given us the secret that you are Brahman, which is beyond both the knowledge and ignorance. Then how can there be name, karma, and qualities in you? And how can the action of singing about them take place? 606. But, oh Uddhava, do not think like that. I use my own Maya and play the game of creation, take avatars, and without actually doing anything, I protect all and destroy all. 607. Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara are three incarnations of the three gunas, but in all the three, I am alone working. I create all beings and I destroy them. 608. I am Brahma, who is the channel for me to create the world. I am Vishnu, who protects them, and I am Rudra, who destroys them. 609. As the states of childhood, youth, and old age are evident on one man only, I am the creator of the world, its protector and destroyer, and I am the three gunas. 610. I am a non-doer, though I act, and though I am a non-doer, all actions are done by me. What does this mean? Only I know it, others cannot know it. 611. He who sings in glory of my names and all these actions attains my level of existence, and those who sing in glory about my incarnations and my adventures attain to self-realization. 612. Among all incarnations, the birth and adventures of Sri Rama and Sri Krishna are the best. Those who describe these will have liberation. 613. Sri Rama got a setu built on the seas by making stones to float on the water. Sri Krishna lifted the mountain Govardhan and ate the wild fire. 614. Sri Ram killed Tataka by only one arrow. Sri Krishna killed Putana when he was only a child. Sri Rama liberated Ahilya by touching her with one foot. Sri Krishna freed Gandharvas from the two Arjuna trees. 615. Sri Ram broke the bow while lifting which Ravana also had fallen down. Thus, Sri Ram wedded Sita. Sri Krishna defeated many kings, including Shishupala, and married Rukmini, the daughter of King Bhimaka. 616. Sri Ram killed the giants like Subahu, Khara, and Dushana. Sri Krishna killed demons like Aghasura, Bakasura, Keshi, etc. Sri Ram crowned Sugriva as the king of Kishkinda, and Sri Krishna again made Ugrasena the king of Mathura. 617. Sri Ram gathered many monkeys and killed the whole group of demons, and Sri Krishna gathered cowherds and their sons and killed many wrestlers. 618. Sri Ram killed Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and Sri Krishna killed Kamsa and Chanura. Sri Ram killed Vali by deceit. Sri Krishna killed the Kalayavana similarly through Muchukunda. 619. Vibhishan was crowned as king of Lanka by Sri Ram, and Dharma was made king of Hastinapura by Sri Krishna. One went to the forest to obey the orders of his father, while the second, Sri Krishna, brought the dead children of Devaki back to her. 620. By writing the story of Sri Ram, a robber by name Valya became the sage Valmiki, while Vyasa, who was born to Satyavati out of marriage, not legitimately, became the greatest poet in the world by writing the life story of Sri Krishna. 621. While describing the greatness of these two incarnations, both became great poets. Even gods have bowed down to Vyasa and Valmiki and have sung in their glory. 622. Though the divine serpent Shesha listened to these poetries by thousands of years, he was not satisfied enough. 623. This is the story for hearing which Indra in the heaven requested Brihaspati. These stories and their fame are honored by all throughout the three worlds. 624. Here Sri Krishna said to Uddhava, I will stop here my narration of the greatness of the life stories, but I would like to say further that I liberated Ajamila when he only remembered my name. Gajendra was freed from the jaws of crocodile by only calling me by my name. 625. A prostitute who was a sinner called her parrot by name Raghu, and that was sufficient to liberate her. 626. Please note that the knowledge of Vedas is not as good as my name. The terms in Vedas are difficult, but my name is not so difficult. 627. Vedas can be recited, but by that recitation, the man does not know me. But by simply uttering my name, a man becomes dear to me. 628. Only Brahmins are allowed to recite Vedas, but my name is available to all castes. So please note that my name is the only means of emancipation of the world. 629. Where my name is repeated regularly, I'm personally present there. Have no doubts about it. My name is powerful enough to liberate. 630. That speech which does not recite the stories of my birth, name, fame, and virtues should be considered as a chattering of a ghost. 631. That mouth which does not praise me should be considered as a pot of wine, and my name, being afraid of that wine, does not go near that mouth. 632. The speech which does not utter my name is like a barren woman who does not carry the embryo of Harikatha or story of my life. All the other activity of that speech is futile. 633. Shri Krishna further said to Uddhava, my dear, please listen to the best means. The path of reciting my name is very easy. Other paths are not necessary. 634. So wise people should not keep their tongue unoccupied without my name. Shri Krishna very lovingly explained this to Uddhava. 635. If a man cultivates the knowledge of grammar and etymology, his fame will spread as a great man. He will be called a Pandit, but he will not be desireless, which quality is necessary for being one with me. 636. Perhaps he may be desireless, but if it is not accompanied with the power of common discrimination, it will be like Dhritarashtra, who was senior but was blind and therefore lost his kingdom. 637. So please note that without the power of discrimination, only desirelessness by itself is blind and not capable of liberation. It cannot see for itself what is the right path, and it will in vain roam throughout the world. 638. The man who is full of Vedas, discrimination, has the quality of desirelessness in full measure, and his curiosity about me is extraordinary. This is further described by Sri Krishna.
Evan jitnyasaya pohya nanatvabhramamaatmani uparameta virajam manomayyarpya sarvage.
Meaning of the verse. Having cast aside through inquiry as aforesaid the wrong notion of diversity regarding the soul, and having focused his purified mind on me, the omnipresent God, one should cease to take interest in all the worldly activities. 639. Please see how the man who has acute desire to know my imperishable and eternally free nature does not remember anything else except that keen aspiration. 640. This acute desire to know me is called jijnasa, divine curiosity. He does not pay attention to the scholarship or public applause or honor when he has this desire. 641. He has already decided that to think about the body and other worldly things is unreal. This conviction is developed by him by constant listening and meditating, always having a dialogue with himself. He has complete faith in the feet of his preceptor and has final earnestness about the absolute Brahman. 642. So naturally, he becomes very alert in the devotion of God in order to walk on the path of spirituality, and becomes very deeply meditative by leaving all the activities of rituals, etc. 643. Then, in his mind, there are no three factors as the meditator, the meditation, and the object of meditation. He himself becomes the eternal Brahman as he experiences that there is wholeness of energy everywhere. 644. So, where is the place for the doer of karma? The karma itself and the act of doing. The confusion of differences is totally torn. In and out, the absolute Brahman fills everything, and the mind becomes very still by the grace of the Guru. 645. When everywhere, at all times, at all places, and in all beings, this absolute Brahman is pervading, then the self-knowledge becomes well established. 646. O clever Uddhava, I shall tell you an easier way of reaching that state for a person who cannot meditate on the absolute Brahman.
यद्यनीशो धारयितुं मनो ब्रह्मणि निश्चलं मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि निरपेक्षः समाचर.
Meaning of the verse: if you cannot keep your mind steady in Brahman, then you should perform all activities without expectation of fruit and surrender them to me. 647. Dear Uddhava, mind itself is very fickle and carnal desire is still more quick. Therefore, the mind has no strength enough to merge into the abstract Brahman. 648. There is the path of Sankhya, Yoga, and Sannyasa for developing that strength, but there are great efforts required. And if you want to avoid them, you have simply to devote yourself to me more ardently. 649. Earlier, while describing the signs of persons in bondage, I have also told you the sign of a man in freedom and discussed about the empty word knowledge of Pandits. 650. Now, Sri Krishna is going to tell Uddhava about devotion to him with keen concern. 651. O Uddhava, if any real service is to be done for me with great love, you should totally dedicate your whole mind to devotion, and you should remember in many ways with great interest my virtues, fame, and name. 652. By having really unmoving loyalty and faith that fulfillment lies only in devotion to me, you should merge yourself in the devotion only day and night. 653. When a man loves me and has devotion for me, he is never satisfied and never says enough. He does not waste even some moments without some kind of devotional songs. This is called the harvest time of devotion. 654. Though my devotee is very fond of this devotion, he should not give up the regular and occasional duties laid down by the Vedas. They do not bind him. 655. But he should not have any expectation for fruits of those duties while he thus performs them. This is the secret of the devotee, and to know this is a great qualification for him. 656. He who, without being lazy, acts like this with full faith in me and does not desire for selfish ends in it is my true devotee. 657. A people tree is not sown or grown for getting its fruits. So when actions are performed through love, no desire for fruit arises in it. 658. When a man worships me like this, he never feels that there is not enough knowledge. My devotees attain eternal liberation through devotion only. 659. Those who say that devotion is not possible without acquiring knowledge are using only these words. Actually, through devotion, only direct knowledge is attained. 660. It is therefore to be noted that my devotees never experience shortage of knowledge at all while they are busy in devotional worship, and they are not bound by karma, though they function in the world. 661. In the house of a man who utters my name constantly, who is habituated to worship me with whole heart, and in whose mind I, Atmaram, am always the object of meditation, the goddess Liberty comes to serve him. 662. But what value does he give to the state of liberation, etc., whose mind is having no desires about anything in the world? The real devotees have no concept of any object to be achieved while they are meditating and worshipping me only. 663. The consciousness of a devotee is not occupied with any object. I, the God, is their only objective. They are greedy, but only for me. Therefore, freedom is their own natural state. 664. If at all they think about any object, they are offering that object to me. They see me in all the beings, and therefore, freedom or the state of liberation always offers its salutations to them. 665. The devotees never suffer bondage, but even while offering everything to me in their devotion, they cut the bondage of all other beings in the world. 666. Please remember that the house where my devotees reside is my own house, and I am living there. 667. No shortage of anything is experienced by my devotees who worship me constantly. I say that more than all the four human achievements of dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, the devotion is my real favorite means of being united with me by the devotee. 668. I am in love with the knowledge and in the divine wisdom. I am in love with the discrimination between the eternal Brahman and the temporary world. And further than that, I am in love with my devotees, loving devotees. 669. As a mother is fond of a child very much if it is her only child, I am fond of my loving devotees and am happy in pampering them. 670. I therefore give my own shelter to my loving devotee. I give them the joy which is in me, and otherwise I become his servant. 671. As soon as he surrenders himself to me, I decide to serve him. 672. I am not ashamed in sharing food from their plate or trimming and massaging their chariot horses. I am not ashamed in lifting the dinner dishes and washing them in their houses. 673. I like my loving devotees so much that I will carry their shoes on my head. While telling about the great values of his devotees, the heart of Lord Sri Krishna was full of emotion. 674. His throat was suffocated, his body shivered, and he embraced his devotee Uddhava. Wonderful was his love for Uddhava. 675. His eyes were full of tears, tears of inner joy, which freely fell down. He was as if blessing Uddhava and having coronation of his dear devotee on the empire of divine devotion. 676. While describing about his loving devotees in general, Sri Krishna saw before him Uddhava, who was the living example of such a devotee, and he jumped up and embraced this greatest devotee. Thus, love of the God for these devotees was unparalleled. 677. When he embraced Uddhava, he even forgot himself. He forgot his plan to go on his own to his own abode and also forgot I and you. 678. He forgot that he was God and that Uddhava was his devotee. He forgot that he was telling something to Uddhava. Even Uddhava forgot that he was Uddhava, and Sri Krishna forgot that he was the Lord Sri Krishna. 679. While telling about the state of mind of the loving devotee, both met each other beyond the state which is far beyond the waking state. Thus, love is really of the very far off region. 680. Today, Uddhava experienced what is the real joy of devotion. Today, Uddhava expressed the divine love, which is one with real devotion. 681. Had Uddhava not asked Sri Krishna information about this
Hari, Hari, we will pause at 680. I thought I had unmuted, but it was not, so you didn't hear. That sentence is so
it
beautifully
is
to
so,
hold on.
yes, it is
So it
so,
should not go further, and we should be at that sentence.
yeah, I want
So,
it is
Lataji, express yourselves of today's
this
reading.
I mean, a lot of places I really experience goosebumps. I mean, I don't know from where to begin. Initially, it starts off by saying that those who do not utter the name of Sri Hari Bhagwan, their mouth is like, the worst. It's like considered the filthiest and he compares the tongue to be something like leather, or like having a disease like leprosy, and even the words that come out of it is like the pus or something. It's really that bad. And then, of course, he goes on to explain that how the different avatars also you should talk about. And of course, Sri Rama's avatar and comparison was really very good. Like how they, each of them, bless their devotees, like, Shabari, like, and I mean, I don't know, I'm jumping, but then when he said that when it is a true devotee, Bhagwan doesn't even feel that he's different. He doesn't mind sharing his food. And we know that Shabari gave each and every fruit to Sri Ram by tasting it and giving it to Sri Ram. And of course, we also know how Sri Krishna also, for all his devotees, like he was the charioteer, cleaning the horses, doing the most menial jobs, and finding that like he loved the devotees so much. And I mean, that description of how much he loves, it is like he even forgot that he was the supreme being. Like he got lost in his love for Uddhava.
Yes.
And so in between, of course, all those descriptions, they were really beautiful today. So all
So
these, I'm wondering, does it come in Uddhava Gita, or is it the interpretation of Eknathji?
no, this is interpretation of Eknathi by elaborating. It's a commentary.
It's a
The
comment.
topic has come, and
Yeah.
on that topic, he has elaborated. The
Okay.
words are not his imaginations, like Bhattatiri.
Okay.
On
Okay.
Bhagavad, he has said, the words are not imaginations.
Okay. Right.
So it will be fulfilling only. It won't be imaginary words.
Okay. So, I mean,
Commentary.
and some of the things that we learned in Bhagavatam, those names like Ajamila, Muchukunda, and all those names have also come, and how they have also benefited. And then, of course, above all, he says there should be discrimination along with devotion. So I
Yes.
think it is really beautiful. Must go through these OVs again.
Yes. That last when today
Yeah.
Uddhava expressed the divine love, which is one with real devotion. Today
Yes.
Uddhava experienced what is real joy of it. So, you should hold it, that thought that today
That's
he
how.
has experienced. So today maybe reading that we are experiencing, what they
Yes.
would have that
Def-
imagination of their joy,
yes. Yeah.
what it would be, that he's so much one with the Lord. Where
Yes.
the Lord says, I'll carry footwear also of the devotees. In the
Yes. I
surrender
know.
for the Lord, it's everything. The devotee is the first. And today in that Narayaniam session, we just touched that topic when Lord is telling Rukmini that he is for
I know.
from a very rich family. He's talking all that in Bhagavad. So he needs to into Rukmini. He says he's there for the devotees. The
Yes.
devotees are first. It's not the richness or the caste. And
Constantly,
he's there
he says, Bhagwan,
constantly, constant.
every time, only devotees, devotees. And of course, he says that if you do devotion with some discipline and discrimination, of course, it is the best, but definitely devotion.
And then n number of times, n number of saints are coming back to that same topic, that chanting Lord's name. So
Yes.
for in Kali Yuga, it's not the Shodashopachara puja and the elaborations and what and money and this and that and nothing. Only chant Lord's name. Nama Japa is the boat to cross the samsara. This is what has said, come and told many ways, and today it is like Nama Sankirtana is put forth in
Yes.
today's reading.
Every OV is loaded with,
Beautiful.
meaning, and it's
Yes,
very,
of
very
course. I think we can stop here today. Tomorrow, who's continuing?
not sure.
Can do Vaishali.
No, I think you said Thursday when I said
Thursday.
I would do Thursday. That time you said you would do.
Last
It was
Thursday.
last week or what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. Who has said? Okay, fine. So Nikhilaji, tomorrow you would do. Wednesday, who would do? Sajiji would do on Wednesday. Then I'll do on Thursday.
Yes.
Okay. Over to you, Lavikaji. Lataji, there the mind is somewhere.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु हरि ओम थैंक यू
Thank you for lovely reading. Hari Om, everyone. Thank you for
That's
joining.
nice. Very beautiful, Varshaji. Devotion is my real favorite means of being united with me by devotee.
Mm.
very nice हरि ओम
Hari
Very
Om.
good. Thank you.
I've underlined that line. Yeah, 667. Beautiful. Let's continue tomorrow. We'll hear from you next week. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Varshaji.
Hari Om, my dear. Looking pretty. Hari Om.
Hari Om.